we go again. I totally thought we were through with this. Hello and welcome back. My name is Nancy and this is Maplewood Homestead. Today I took a walk down to my buck pen and looked in and saw that one of my little guys was looking a bit peakish. Took a temperature, it was normal, decided to take a fecal on him and run it under the microscope. And lo and behold, it seems that he has hookworm. So today what I want to do on this video is walk you through what I'm going to do with them, because now I have to treat not just him, but all of the bucks that share that pen. There's the little guy. Not feeling so good there, Lucky. Not feeling so lucky. I know. Poor guy. I actually thought this would be a great opportunity to demonstrate how to give a subcutaneous injection and how to weigh your goat if you don't have a scale, because you need their weight in order to administer the drugs. So come on, let's get started. So let's face it, the topic of fecals is not a pleasant one, but it is a necessary one if you're going to own goats. There's no way that you can treat your goat unless you know what's going on with them, and fecals is a part of it. Now this can mean you learn how to do it yourself, which is what I did, or you can outsource it to your vet or to a company like Meadow Mist Labs. I'm going to leave a link to them below, and I've actually used them before with very great success. So I ran a fecal on the little guy, and what I found is that he's not dealing with the typical suspects of bankrupt and barber pole worms that we usually deal with here, which are called a strong light, but he's dealing with something that the female goats dealt with earlier this year, and that's hookworm. It's very different looking than the other ones. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and treat him subcutaneously with an injection of ivermectin. That means we're going to put the needle in his skin. Typically what we do is when we treat them with an anti-parasitic, we put it down their throat with a drencher, which I've demonstrated on other videos. The reason I'm doing it subcutaneously and not that way is because this particular parasite is systemic. The other parasites live predominantly in their intestines, but this one gets into their lungs, and the only way to really treat it is by giving them something that's going to go through their whole body. And the only way to do that is with a shot. Part of administering medication, though, is knowing how much they weigh. I don't have a scale, so I'm going to show you how we're going to weigh them, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to give a subcutaneous injection. Yeah, you can tell he's feeling puny. I use baling twine for everything. So I'm just going to walk him around. Okay, first thing we're going to do to find out his weight is we're going to measure his heart girth. So I'm going to put the measuring tape around him. You can measure his heart girth right behind the elbow, snug up against his ribs here. And he's about 23 and 3/4. We'll call it 23 and 3/4. So math-wise, I'm going to multiply 23 times 23 times measurement from here to his pin bone, which is here, 22. So it's going to be maybe 22 and a half. So 23 and 3/4 times 23 and 3/4 times 22, and then divide it by 300. And believe it or not, that'll give me a close approximation of his weight. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll get him dosed. I know, we're going to get you feeling better really soon, okay, buddy? He's pretty stinky. He wound up being about 44 pounds. I'm going to show you how I inject him. It's 1 cc for every 40 pounds SubQ. So that means it's going to be under his skin. IM would be intramuscular, but we're doing SubQ, and I'll tell you in a minute why we're giving him a shot. You can tell he's not feeling good. He's not running. He's not going anywhere. What I'm going to do first is clean the area with some alcohol the best I can. And I'm going to give him the shot right here, right behind. Here's his elbow. There's some skin here that's easy to grasp. That's where I'm going to go ahead and give him a shot. And you have to be careful when you're giving them a shot that you just put it just under the skin. I'm going to inject it. And then pull back a little bit to make sure I didn't hit any blood vessels, and then go ahead and administer it. So he's 43, so it'll be a little bit over 1 cc. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to pinch. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to pinch. The slanted side goes up and the straight side goes down. I'm going to pull back a little bit and then go ahead and inject it. I know, buddy. And then rub it and then rub it. Huh. I'm going to be so smelly. Bucks and rut are smelly. I know. I'm sorry. I know you want to go where you want to go. Hey, stay still. Stay still. Hey, this is nasty. Nasty! Okay, so I'm going to call it 35. Guys, you have no idea. If I had smell-o-vision right now, holy smokes. By 32. By 32, that's how long you are. Let's find out how much you weigh. You stink. It is 130 pounds. So I'm going to have to give him 3¼ cc's of ivermectin. Wish me luck. I smell so gross right now. Okay, quite honestly, I probably would have been smarter to have waited till I had him up here in the stanchion to measure him, but it's done, and I have everything dosed and ready to go. He's peed on himself. Disgusting. Disgusting, Prince. Now that everybody's had their injections and had their dose of Safeguard, I've got to write it down. I want to strongly encourage you, whenever something like this happens, write it down. I mean, you think, this is so monumental, I'll remember. No, don't rely on that. Keep good records. Another reason to keep good records is eventually when you have to sell your buck, because they do work themselves out of a job at some point, you'll have good historical paperwork to go with them to the new owner. I really like getting stuff like that, and I like being able to give that to the new owner when they take them. If this video has been helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.